Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. My name is Amanda Sharp. I am the Associate Vice Provost for Professional Education and Associate Director of our Doctor of Physical Therapy program. I'd like to start today's event with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the University of Minnesota Twin Cities is built within the traditional homelands of the Dakota people. It's important to acknowledge the peoples on whose land we live, learn, and work as we seek to strengthen our relations and improve with our tribal nations. We also acknowledge that words are not enough. We must ensure that our institution provides support, resources, and programs that increase access to all aspects of higher education for American Indian students, staff, faculty, and community members. Welcome, class of 2026 students, family members, friends, faculty, and staff. This is, as you know, the class of 2026 White Coat Ceremony. These ceremonies are rituals in many healthcare fields, and for us, it's a special time that marks our students' transition from the classroom to the clinical learning environment. The students have worked together for these past 2 years, developing all the requisite skills to embark on this next phase of their education. We know that students did not reach this point in isolation. It's important that we recognize the friends and family and all the roles that you play supporting them during the stressors of graduate education. We thank you for your encouragement and support. Family members and friends, please rise to be recognized with a round of applause. I'd next like to invite Dr. Jakob Tuller, Dean of the Medical School, where the DPT program is housed, to say a few words.
What do you think? So far, so good. All right. Well, it's a beautiful day. It is a joyous, terrific occasion, I think, for us. And for me, for two different reasons. One, I'm profoundly grateful that you have joined our medical school. I'm profoundly grateful that you have chosen a life of service in medicine, in physical therapy. And I'm so proud of you already because you have started on a path that will make your life much better than in any other walk of life that I can imagine. And then, this medical school is really good. The dean is so-so, but the school is phenomenal. So thank you for being here with us. I have a second reason for that this is a special day for me, and that is that, you know that feeling that you get when you have kids, that your heart is running in somebody else's chest? That's Joe over there. And I am very grateful to all of you that have been good friends to her and collectively been around making sure that you will actually stay in touch, that you will stay connected. So as you are, I'm very proud of you finishing the didactics. Good. Oh, memorization done, right? I've seen some of the graphs. It's pretty amazing, actually. And the clinicals are up. So a couple of things that I humbly would offer from my life in clinical medicine. And 3 things. Just 3. First is pay attention. This is if you know David Wallace Foster, he wrote an essay, What is Water? This is like one old fish swims this way, right? This way go two young fish. And the old fish says, how's water? And the young fish go past. And then the one turns to the other and says, what's water? Get it? Okay? The water is what we don't pay attention to. So focusing on where you are, you like that, I think. She got it. You don't have to be a professor to get it. But what's important is that the most important things, perhaps, that are in your environment, your loved ones, your patients, other things you care about, you may miss them unless you consciously pay attention, because you decide what's important. You decide what matters. You are in charge, and this will serve you phenomenally in clinical medicine, because that's how clinicians get better and then excellent, and then they will put their body in front of the problem that their patients have. Good? 2, get strong in your weak places. It's really important, because the easy stuff that you have, and somebody's good at math, somebody's good at, other things, it's noise, really. Because the hard stuff is who you are. The hard stuff is when you become a better person. The hard stuff is how you become the best version of yourself. The hard stuff is hard by definition, but that is the part that you will remember, and more importantly, your patients will remember. Because the patients is my number 3. Learn from your patients. I learned to live my life from my patients and my families, more than my colleagues, more than textbooks, more than anything else I can think of. And I'm an oncologist. I'm a pediatric oncologist. I do bone marrow transplant for a living. What you learn is that no amount of good scores, no amount of knowledge will get you what you need to have with your patients. You need compassion, you need empathy, you need to meet them where they are, and then travel with them as you go forward. So you'll have people with strokes, with injuries, you'll take care of amputees, you will be in a position that is a privileged one, because you are the person that they are looking up to, and they are not looking for your anatomy alone. That's a given. They are looking for who you really are, and take my word for this. You will become somebody else through the process of weaving your life into the life of others. One of the people that you hear in a moment from is somebody I also admire. Where is Dirk? There he is. All right. He's one of my heroes, because when I came to your forum, you asked me what I wear on Halloween. Anybody remembers? A pig. Thank you, ma'am. Very good. Very good. And then he was at the service of gratitude where Joe plays, and he was there as well. And then he reached out, and we had a discussion in my office, and I learned about his studies at UMD. I learned about your uncle, whom you get your ethic code from, if you will. And I learned from others, from you, how steady, how supportive, how comprehensively good Dirk is. So this is going to be great. All right, so let me finish. No pressure, Dirk. Remember I talked about the hard stuff? Yeah, you get better at that. All right, so the coat appears to be a cloth of white, but it's not. It's really a statement. It's really a commitment. It's really a gesture of optimism that you will carry with you. And you are not supposed to get comfortable. in that code. You are supposed to get sharp and no pun. In different clinicals that you will rotate through. I can't do that because she knows me. So, are you ready? Are you awake? Yeah. Put it on and wear it with pride. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Tolar, for those words of encouragement and well wishes for our class. The class of 2026 has selected 2 speakers for today. First, you've already been introduced to, the student speaker, Duc Nguyen. This is a prestigious honor, as he was selected by his peers to represent them on this important occasion. Duc, please come forward as I share more with you about you with our audience. Go ahead. Duc grew up in Vietnam and moved to New Brighton, Minnesota in 2nd grade. He earned his bachelor's degree in biochemistry from the University of Minnesota Duluth. Before starting physical therapy school, he worked as a cardiac technician and a rehabilitation aide at Courage Kenny Rehabilitation Institute. Outside of school and work, he enjoys staying active through ball sports like soccer, volleyball, spike ball. He said basically anything with a ball. His favorite hobby is exploring new places to eat, with a particular fondness for Raising Cane's. He'd like to thank his friends and family for their constant support through this journey. Give him another round of applause.
You good? Okay. Like Dr. Sharp said, I was born and raised in the hot and humid nation of Vietnam until the age of 7. I've never sweated this much in my life. I am damp in areas I didn't know was possible. I will pay anyone here for an extra white t-shirt. I'm serious, I can Venmo you. And for those in the audience who don't know me, my name is Duc Nguyen. My classmates know me as that. But others will call me Duke, Doug, Dog, and most puzzling, John. And sitting here in front of you all is a class full of leaders, 4.0 students, students who are going for their PhDs, students who got married, who became parents, who have lived a whole decade of life more than I have. While I, the honorary president of Classroom Tomfoolery and Unwanted Commentary, has been chosen to speak and impart wisdom. I couldn't find a better example of how to describe the class of 26. Thank you. Don't get me wrong, when I was asked to do this speech 6 weeks ago, I took it very seriously. I devoted the same level of effort and time as I would for any major, practical, or exam. So I began last night. After an hour of scrolling through Instagram Reels, another hour on TikTok, I downed a White Monster and opened a Word document. I think Wikipedia put it best when it said, the white coat ceremony is a ritual in some schools of medicine and other healthcare-related fields that marks a student's transition from studying preclinicals to clinical sciences. I wouldn't put it any other way. And just like a lot of the faculty members here today, I too wear many hats in this program. I am a student, a teacher, a clinician, an interclass ambassador, a Sally's and Stub and Herbs frequent visitor, a Chip Lounge casual resident. I'm a part of an exclusive members-only club, complete with bouncers at all hours of operation, free food and drink services, and private fueling stations. Most of you may know that as Costco. I was the 2023-2024 water balloon toss champion. This after getting smacked in the face with a football. I won't be naming any names who did it. I'll give you a hint. It was Derek. And I'm also proud to be in one of the most diverse group of students the University of Minnesota's physical therapy program has ever had. Thank you. 5 years ago, I had an unexpected encounter that became the turning point in how I understood myself. Sophomore year of my undergrad, I was finishing up classes, went back to my apartment, and took a short and sweet 2 to 3 hour nap. When I finally woke up, I was starving. So I dragged myself over to the campus's dining hall, still half asleep, just looking for something that would revitalize my energy and shake off this grogginess. Deep fried cheese raviolis caught my attention. As I finished up the order, the student worker asked me, name for the order? Duke. Duke? I responded with a lighthearted, sure. He insisted, no. Sorry, one more time. And I fought back. You're good. Again, no, please, I just want to get it right. And so like me, a strong and independent individual, I folded. We spent the next minute trying to figure out my name. He ended our conversation with, you shouldn't just ignore it like that. Your name is so important, it's part of your identity. It doesn't just define who you are, it also reflects where you came from, your family, and your story. I said thanks and left. But you can guess a few things I wondered as I walked back to my apartment. Number one, the deep fried cheese raviolis was a great choice. Would recommend it to anyone who gets it. And also, what just happened? What I experienced was something I didn't know I needed. Never in my life have I needed something so much and never known until I received it. To understand why that conversation stayed with me all these times, I need to go back a little further. When I moved here, I was so hesitant about my background. I didn't speak a single word of English, and all I wanted to do was to fit in. I spent every day worrying about what others thought of me, ashamed of being different, and afraid I'd never belong or be good enough. I even cried on my first day of school in second grade. I felt alone, overwhelmed, and missing home. I got pulled from most of my classes and went to a program called ESL, or English Second Language. In there, I learned what it was like to speak the language, learn the routines, and embrace the culture. At first, it felt like I was finally getting somewhere, like I was finally catching up, finally learning how to belong. But over time, I became so immersed in it, trying to fit in, that I forgot what it was like to be me. I started to believe the ways we did things at home was somehow wrong. I tried changing myself, even tried changing my parents, because I thought what we did and who we were was incorrect. I pushed away the people that were similar to me, that understood me, that made me feel less alone because I was trying to fit in. I didn't like where that route was taking me. So when I started grad school, I made a promise to myself to stay true to myself, my weird, quick-witted, sometimes loud, and very unserious self. But over the past few years, there were moments that tested that, moments that pushed me to change, not in growth, but in ways that pulled me further from who I was. Still, it was through those very challenges that I found my way back. They forced me to pause, reflect, and reconnect with the person I promised I wouldn't lose. And I'm sure I'm not the only one in that. We've all faced, or will face, the moments that try to reshape us to someone that we're not. It doesn't happen all at once, but little by little, the gap between who you are and who you're pretending to be starts to widen. And let me tell you, nothing is heavier than carrying around a version of yourself that isn't real. So as we take that next step, I advise you all to stay grounded. Stay rooted in your values, your quirks, and your voice. Believe in yourself when it feels like no one else does, because at the end of the day, nothing is more important, nothing's more worth protecting than your sense of self. But today isn't a day to worry about what has already happened and what will happen. Today's a celebration of what we've accomplished. You know, there's a quote I've always loved, but I've never found an appropriate time for it until now. This quote was not spoken from a renowned scholar, historical figure, not someone famous or infamous, but from a wide-old tortoise in a children's movie. He said, "You are too concerned of what was and what will be. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. And today is a gift, the one that will stay with us and reminds us of what we've been working for. It reminds us that every time we walk into school, what we've accomplished in these last 2 years. All the times we spent together, starting from the time we sang Happy Birthday in the Chip Lounge for our 2 very special birthday people, to Take Me Home Country Roads in the Cadaver Lab, and to our first time at Sally's after the first week of school, and our second time at Sally's after that second week of school, and our third time at Sally's that Wednesday, and so on. And to our numerous end of the semester celebrations. And I still revisit those moments in my mind because they were all built with you all in this very place. I'm serious, right here. Every March, there's a gala that is hosted in this very building. I won't go into further details about that. And finally, I'd like to give a huge thank you to our incredible faculty and dedicated support staff. Thank you for guiding us, honestly just dealing with us these past 2 years. We're not quite done yet. And to our families and loved ones, thank you for standing by us through every high and every low, even after the first anatomy exam. I know it's a tough call for some parents and family members. If you didn't get that call, I'm sure your student did just fine. Thank you for your support. It means everything. We wouldn't be here without you. And last but not least, I would like to thank this weird and imaginary object that brought our class together on day 1. Thank you, Yellow Ball. Thank you.
The student speakers always knock it out of the park. Every year, it's just, I think, it's not going to be better than last year, and somehow it is, so great job. And I can't believe you remembered the yellow ball. That's impressive. I'd now like to introduce our faculty speaker, also selected by the students in the class of 2026, Dr. Carrie Olegbaye. Dr. Olegbaye is a board-certified clinical specialist in neurological physical therapy, received her Doctor of Physical Therapy degree from the University of Wisconsin in Madison. She's an assistant professor in our program, and the focus of her academic work is on neurological rehabilitation. She serves as the admissions co-chair and as the faculty liaison at the Phillips Neighborhood Clinic. Her clinical experience is with adults in outpatient neurology with a focus on neurological conditions including traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injury, stroke, and vestibular conditions. Welcome.
Hi. Me again. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a true privilege to welcome you, students, families, faculty, and guests to our white coat ceremony. To the families, friends, faculty, and mentors, thank you. Your support, encouragement, and patience made today possible. My name is Carrie Olegbaye, and I have had, I'm too pregnant for this, okay. And I've had the privilege of teaching this cohort, mainly in their neurological rehabilitation 2 course, where we spent 10 hours together every week for the last 6 months. And additionally, I've worked with them in their acute care course in the summer of their first year, as well as their clinical integration class, which we ended yesterday, as final preparation for their upcoming year of clinical experiences. We have shared a lot of time and experiences together, early morning, long lectures and labs, tough and vulnerable conversations, laughter during breaks, and even my first pregnancy. We have grown and learned from each other, and as a new faculty member this past fall, this class was my first official cohort for my neuro rehab course and one of my favorites to work with. Or as I like to say, you're in the top 2, but not number 2. Your tenacity, resilience, commitment to learning, empathy, intelligence, your skills, and your humor will be the things I remember about you the most. It is an honor to stand here today and to speak to you on such a meaningful day. I'm sorry. Today marks a pivotal moment for this class. It's more than receiving a white coat. It's about stepping into a new identity and stepping into your excellence. From student to professional in training, from classroom to clinic, from observer to participant in the healing process. The white coat is a universal symbol of professionalism, trust, and accountability. In physical therapy, it not only represents clinical expertise, but compassion, respect, and patient-centered care. I've seen you in the busy weeks juggling multiple exams and practicals and still finding ways to get it done and to do it well. This group has already come so far, and I've had the privilege of witnessing your growth, hard work, determination, and teamwork through some of the most formative phases of your education. I fondly remember over half the class would show up to these open labs, which are on Friday afternoons when they could probably be doing other things. They would show up to practice their skills, check their learning. And I've seen your flexibility and teamwork when details changed at the last minute during a patient lab. You stepped up with grace, collaboration, and dedication to the patient who was in front of you. As you enter your clinical experiences, you will encounter complexity, uncertainty, and challenge, but also purpose and transformation. Every patient you meet will teach you something. You'll discover that even when your interventions aren't perfect, your presence, your critical thinking, and your empathy are truly what matter. The way you make people feel when they leave the clinic or when you leave the room matters. On a personal note, I'll never forget how you've made me feel. I'm a blubbering mess. How did you choose me? Okay. You embraced my quirks and my sense of humor, and thank you for laughing at my jokes even when they weren't funny. You've created an environment where I felt respected and heard because you were so engaged in the material and in your learning. You've made these last semesters feel smooth and genuinely enjoyable, and I will miss you. I truly look forward to every day I walked into the classroom with you. I know you're ready for the clinic, and this is how I know. I've seen your clinical reasoning, your hands-on skills, and your ability to handle diverse patient cases across multiple courses. I've seen you collaborate with classmates, other healthcare professionals, students, community volunteers, and clinicians. I've seen your adaptability and calm under pressure when things changed at the last minute or when you had difficult conversations with your patients and your peers. I've seen you stand up for what is right, even when it was uncomfortable and when silence would have been easier. These moments show that you're not just learning to treat patients, you're learning to think, adapt, and care just like a physical therapist, because you are one. That's how we know you're ready. This coat is not a reward, it's a commitment. A reminder that from now on, you are not just learning for yourself, you are learning on behalf of the patients who will one day rely on you. Wear this coat as a symbol of integrity, humility, advocacy, equity, and continued growth. So today, as you don the white coat, independently, I encourage you to wear it with pride, but also with humility. Let it remind you that you are here not just to treat conditions, but to care for people. The healthcare system may groan under its own weight, noisy, rushed, and flawed. But when you step into the room, you bring stillness, skill, and hope. Your hands still heal, your words still matter, and your presence still comforts. You are the steady hands, the listening ear, and the heartbeat of what's possible. That is your power, and let that be the difference. As you enter this next year of clinical experiences, rely on these friendships and connections that you've made here. They will support you more than you know. The road ahead won't be easy, and you won't always feel ready, and that's normal. You'll learn faster than you expect, and you already know more than you think. Trust that, and never forget, the work you do will matter deeply to your patients, your colleagues, and to the future of this profession. You're entering a profession that demands excellence, compassion, and resilience. You've already shown that you're ready, and I, along with your entire faculty and community, believe in you, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll next introduce our program director, Dr. Paula Ludwig, and Dr. Jackie Ruin to facilitate donning of the white coats for the students in the class of 2026. Dr. Ludwig is the Division of Physical Therapy Director. She's been on faculty since 1998, and she is a Catherine Worthingham Fellow of the American Physical Therapy Association. Dr. Jackie Ruin Dr. Ruin is a board-certified orthopedic specialist who's been on faculty here for more than 9 years. First, she welcomed all of you as the Director of Admissions, and now has overseeing your transition to clinic as Director of Clinical Education. Lastly, I'd like to introduce Class Advisor, Dr. Aaron Hellam. Dr. Hellam is an assistant professor and also serves as co-chair of admissions within the division. In his role as class advisor, Dr. Hellam will read the student names.
Well, welcome everybody. Before I begin reading the names, I would like to acknowledge Adrian Dergamir-Descu, who is unable to join us today. I will now invite each student to come on stage and officially receive their white coats. Riley Allison. And yes, feel free to applaud for every person. Totally fine. Caleb Antone. Derek Riley Artero. Victoria Benitez. Grace Bishke. Daniel Kahukam Brown. Maxwell Carlson. Allison Carpenter. Aaron Cheerhart. Evan Croy. Jillian Fitz. Vaughn Gillette. William Gonzalez Couture. Saul Gonzalez. Megan Gray. Laura Gook. Elena Halverson. Nick Harris. Benjamin Hauge. Lauren Heyer. Ka Hing Ho. Abby Hochbein. Beth Hoover. Allie Johnson. Zainab Kassom. McKenna Knipp. Madeline Knupp. Taylor Crone. Emma Larson. Mallory Leneve. Mei Ling Lee. Grace Martins. Carlo Malari. Kyle Meyer. Osama Mohammed. Eleanor Shopper Nessingen. Yen Ung. Duc Nguyen. Nikki Nguyen. Bailey O'Reilly. Kale Offstein. Mercedes Pennebaker. Brian Peralta Garces. Ulysses Perez Perez. Sarah Ramirez. Lillian Rapp. Lacey Richter. Megan Roach. Sabina Salim Muhammad. Kaylee Santmeyer. Luke Shanebauer. Lindy Steffen. Paige Stewart. Johanna Tolarova. Samantha Torberg. Bethany Van Dusseldorp. Paige Vargas. Anna Volk. Long Vu. Mallory Waters. Natalie Werman. Danny Yoon. Class of 2026, please stand and join me in reciting the White Coat Oath located on the back of your program. In the presence of our families, colleagues, and communities, we take this oath in recognition of the honor and privilege of becoming a physical therapist. We arrive at the threshold of our chosen profession, pledging to preserve our humility, integrity, and all of the values which brought us to the practice of physical therapy. We will engage in honest self-reflection, striving for excellence, but acknowledging our limitations, and caring for ourselves as we care for others. We will collaborate with our colleagues, patients, and communities to improve the practice of physical therapy. We will discover, innovate, learn, and teach as responsible healthcare professionals. We will seek to heal the whole person rather than merely treating the diagnosis, committing to a partnership with our patients that empowers them and demonstrates empathy and respect. We will cure sometimes, treat often, and comfort always. We shall do our utmost to advocate for and provide care to all, ensuring the health, dignity, and protection of even the most vulnerable members of society. We see all life as sacred. In the presence of my teachers, my family, and my friends, we make these promises solemnly and freely. With this oath, we willingly assume the rewards and responsibilities of a physical therapist. Please applaud, and students, you may take your seats.
Class of 2026, congratulations on moving forward to this clinical stage you've been preparing for so diligently for the past several years. Congratulations on your resilience and all of your accomplishments to date, as well as all you will accomplish in the future. You are now embarking on the next phase of a noble journey to care and support others in their health and movement challenges. One last lesson, remember 3 C's. Be confident. You have what it takes. You're ready for this. Be compassionate. Those you serve are struggling to function at their highest possible level and are facing big challenges, for some the biggest challenges they'll ever face in their lives. And then lastly, be curious. Remember, we are all lifelong learners. And not only your clinical instructors, but as Dr. Tolar said, your patients will have a lot to teach you. Enjoy the journey. You will find it holds many, many rewarding moments when you will realize the positive impact you are having on the health and function of our fellow humans. A few remarks in closing. First of all, thank you to Carrie Norgard, Hallie Gorman, Kaylee Repke for all of their behind-the-scenes efforts that always allow these special events. Thank you to the speakers and all the guests for supporting these students in the past and in the future. And it was easy to tell you have a lot of fans in this audience here. As we conclude, feel free to mingle and take photos with the class insider out on the lawn. This officially concludes our white coat ceremony. Please join me in one final congratulations and round of applause for the class of 2026.